What's up, guys? Welcome to the Chris Gunther Show. Thank y'all so much for watching. Be sure that you like and share this video. I would greatly appreciate it. On today's show, I am so honored to be having the CEO of HBCU Week, Miss Ashley Christopher. How you doing?
I'm good. I'm good. Thanks for having me today.
Hey, thanks for taking this time out. You know, you guys just had an exceptional week. How was HBCU Week this year?
Oh my gosh, it was amazing. So we had HBC week in two different locations. So we did it in Wilmington, Delaware at the end of September, and in Orlando, Florida on the Walt Disney World Resort in the beginning of October. And it was fantastic, from the turnout to the events to just the HBCU culture in general. It was fantastic.
In terms of the culture in general, for you as somebody that is the CEO and as one of the head people, how great did it feel for you to see all of those students come together to celebrate the spirit of HBCUs, but also seeing so many people that they can relate to out there?
It felt amazing just to experience that culture there for HBCU Week Wilmington and Orlando. And it relates back to the reason why I started this foundation, because Black students need to know that college is an option. You can do and be anything coming from an HBCU, and that cultural experience, it really ignites an excitement for the students. They can see what the HBCU life is going to be like. They can engage with a recent alum or maybe people that have graduated long time ago. But it's just really a space to learn, to grow, to get excited about higher education, and to truly consider HBCUs as an option.
How much did you grow as somebody that, you know, did attend an HBCU to where you're at now? Like, how much did that experience like really help you?
Oh, I tell people all the time, going to Howard University was the best decision I could have ever made for myself. It taught me that no matter what room I walk into, my voice is necessary and it's valuable. I learned to really lean into my culture, to embrace my culture. I was actually an African American Studies minor. And the things that I learned just in my classes at Howard, I was wondering, where was this information when I was in high school or middle school? It's the once in a lifetime opportunity to finally not be the only one. You look to your left, you look to your right, you have people with the same goals, ambitions, same drive, and they look like you. So you don't have to code switch. You don't have to worry about fitting in. It's just one big happy family. And you have the luxury of carrying each other to the finish line over that 4-year period.
Did you find your voice at an HBCU?
Well, I wouldn't say I found it there. I've always been pretty outspoken, but I'll say that my voice was, I guess, maybe tempered, or it grew to be much more articulate. It was stronger, it was more confident. The HBCU experience I had cultivated my voice. I didn't necessarily find it there, but it shaped me into the woman that I am today.
Who were some of the people that took you under your wing, that took you under their wing rather during your time at Howard?
Oh, wow. So at Howard, I was involved in a lot of things. I was initiated into the Alpha chapter of Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated. I had a lot of pro fights that are very special to me, helping me through that process, and we're still very close today. In addition to that, I was vice chair of Howard Homecoming 2006. So I had a lot of administrators that I would work with directly and bringing that dream to life. I don't know if you've experienced Howard Homecoming, but hundreds of thousands of people come to DC to experience Howard Homecoming. So it's a really heavy lift. And I had a lot of support around me during those times.
I was so disappointed that I could not make HBCU week this year. And I promise I tried everything humanly possible,
Oh,
but I was not in a position when I could have just jumped on a plane and went out to cover both of the events. But thank you guys for, you know, selecting me. Lord knows I plan on coming out next year. How was it
oh.
this year in Delaware? And then how was it in Orlando?
So in Wilmington, our impact just continues to grow. We had 7,000 students at our college fair in Wilmington, Delaware, full of excitement, ready to engage with the recruiters. We had a really exciting comedy show with Michael Blackson. We had a concert featuring Rick Ross and Maya. You know, the goal there for me, I wanted to figure out how to take Howard Homecoming on the road.
Mhm.
how do I show these students this really exciting time to get them amped up about going to an HBCU? So it's a week long of events that's really exciting, but that impact happens at our college fair. And then in Orlando, we had 8,657 students
Increase.
show up. Yes, increase at our college fair, and a really cool VIP reception with some notable alum that came in to celebrate with us. And our Battle of the Bands in both Wilmington and in Orlando. Fantastic. So it was just a really, really exciting time.
It seemed exciting. And every time I looked at the IG post, I got more and more upset because I said, I should have been there. I tried. I really did. But it just wasn't in the cards for me to get there this year. But, 2023, we're going to see if we could make some adjustments. And, you've had a lot of
Nice.
people, you had a ton of people come through from Maya to Rick Ross to Michael Blackson. And then you had First Take out there. For you as the CEO, how beneficial did it feel for you to know that you are able to expose so many young minds to greatness, particularly Black greatness?
Yeah, that's really important because I've learned from a very young age, you can't be what you can't see. So it's important for people to see people that look like us, that are younger than us, to see people that have excelled in different industries that look like them, because that's when the potential is unlocked. And that's when the students know, hey, this person did this, so why can't I? So to be able to have that kind of influential impact, it just means a lot to the students. It's grown into something that people look forward to year over year. We're already in the planning stages. We got to figure out what's coming up next year.
As you're in the planning stages for next year, how exciting does it feel to even get back to work? Because for those that are constantly on the move, we're trying to, in a sense, stay locked in, but also enjoy the moment. However, you have to realize that you got to get ready for next year now. So how great is it feeling for you to know that, hey, next year is going to be even better?
It's awesome. It's a lot of work. So I'm not going to pretend like it's an easy lift, right? So once we start the planning, that's when the work starts. So it honestly never stops. It feels good to have the opportunity though, because this is what we prayed for. This is what we worked for, to be able to sustain impact nationwide for students who want to attend HBCUs.
Why do you feel that students should want to attend the HBCUs, particularly those that look like us?
Well, like I said, it is your once in a lifetime opportunity to finally not be the only one. I'll say, speaking for myself, I'm not sure I would have found the confidence that I have now if I did not go to a historically Black university. It really gave me, it put me in a position where I knew that whatever route I would take, whatever profession I wanted to enter into, right? I always knew I wanted to be an attorney. That's a white male dominated industry. Leaving my HBCU, I wasn't intimidated by that. I'm not sure that I would have been as confident in embracing that as my future if I didn't have that cultural experience for 4 years at Howard University.
What advice would you give to those that are up and coming, that are either in the entertainment business, in doing things at the collegiate level, or anything in general, particularly those that look like us? What advice would you give them in terms of how to handle the adversity that does come with your skin color, but also with the profession that you decided to go into?
I've always challenged myself to show up as me. As uncomfortable as that may make some people in the room, it's very important to maintain your authenticity. Because the moment that you lose that, you lose yourself. So it's important to stay grounded, to remember who you are, to remember what your goals are, and to not waver from whatever that goal is.
What were some of the best moments to you that stood out during this year's HBCU weeks?
Well, my best moments always for me are going to be that college fair. I'll say in Walt Disney World, we had a really incredible moment. There was a young lady who was awarded with a surprise $50,000 scholarship from a few of our partners. And in addition to that scholarship, she had been accepted on the spot to Bethune-Cookman University.
Awesome.
And the admissions counselor offered her an additional $25,000 on top of that surprise $50,000 award. So it was just, I mean, there was not a dry eye in the house, and there's about just under 9,000 people in the room. So you can imagine what that moment was like on the stage when she got that opportunity.
Because opportunities like that do not happen every single day. You know, you take a young kid fresh out of high school going into college, or maybe their first or second year, trying to figure out how they're going to pay for it. Because let's just be real, a lot of us don't come from rich families. While, you know, we may come from rich families in spirit and in love, financially, that is just not the case with us. So to see, you know, you guys are in such a position to do that, I know it makes all of the all night worrying and things of that nature, I know it makes it significantly better for you as the CEO, the woman who is the face of it, the woman who continues to, you know, thrive. What expectations do you have for yourself moving forward?
I mean, to continue to grow. I feel that this is my personal responsibility to demonstrate this opportunity and sustain this impact nationwide. There are students depending on it now. You know, in Wilmington, we've been doing this since 2017. So there's tens of thousands of students that have come through our college fair and our events just here in Delaware. And we intend to continue to move this into different markets across the country. So I have to carry that responsibility, and I have to take it seriously. And I will continue to make sure that, you know, any student that wants to attend an HBCU, I want to be the go-to foundation for that through our events, through the scholarships available on our website, through the programming that we offer, just to continue to grow and sustain that impact, but not only in Wilmington and in Orlando, but throughout the nation.
As students progress through their HBCU years, some of them go on to become doctors and lawyers and heads of companies and professional athletes, and then they can go on television and do so many amazing things. When you look at them exceed and do so many great things, and they all say, you know, if it wasn't for someone like a Ashley Christopher or someone like a Stephen A. Smith, I don't know if I would have made it. How does that make you feel?
You know, it's funny because I don't do this work for recognition. You know, me, my team, we just put our head down and we do the work. It's nice for people to acknowledge the effort, and we appreciate that. Sometimes it's overwhelming, but it just serves as a reminder that we're doing the right thing, we're headed in the right direction, and we're changing lives, which is the goal.
You guys have changed so many lives, you know, from the HBCU weeks to following up. This was definitely one of my favorite interviews, simply because it's great when I can talk to somebody that looks like me in terms of, you know, race and ethnicity, but is motivational. You know, I was scrolling through your page and I see all of those phenomenal people that you've helped, and those phenomenal, you know, big time celebs that come to you. Like this year alone, I'm glad that I was affiliated some type of way. So I'm hoping that this can continue to move forward. Some of the last questions coming down to the end now that I always ask my guests. Who would you like to see as a guest on the Chris Gunther Show? And if you have any type of, you know, contact information or connect, do you think that you would be able to help a young brother out?
Who would I like to see as a guest? That's a good question. I would say Dr. Tony Allen, the president of Delaware State University.
Awesome.
He has been such a gift to the foundation. Although I'm not an alum of Delaware State, Delaware is my hometown. We partner with them for a lot of events, and Dr. Allen is incredibly committed to the success of HBCU Week Foundation. And under his leadership, Delaware State University has catapulted to being one of the top 10 HBCUs in our nation. That campus, it's beautiful. There is so much potential there. I'm so excited for those students. And I know that when it's all said and done, Delaware State University is just going to make a huge impact on the world through their student body.
I love it. Well, hey, nothing else needs to be asked. Ashley Christopher, ladies and gentlemen, on the Chris Gunther Show. Before we jump out of here, can you give us your social media handle so the people can stay connected to you?
Sure. It's A Christopher ESQ.
I hope I can get a follow back, by the way. Ladies and
Of
gentlemen,
course.
Ashley Christopher on the Chris Gunther Show. Thank y'all so much for watching. Give me my theme song. I'll see y'all next time.